Hey everyone, it's your boy Zero, and I got a special video for you all today. Elsie is an indie side-scrolling, roguelike action platformer that draws heavy inspiration from games like Megaman X and Metroid. This pixel platformer dares you to enter its world and clear each of its areas in one run, or die trying. But be careful though, for if you die, you start all over again. The kind people at Night Shift Games gave us a chance to play Elsie early, and I'm here to tell you guys all about it in our brand new series called First Look, where we try out a new game and give you all our initial impressions of the game and what you can expect. So without further ado, let's get started. Elsie released on September 10th, 2024, and it starts you off similar to a Mega Man game. A genius doctor creates a group of robots with the sole function of protecting humanity. But for whatever reason, they go missing. So said doctor creates our protagonist to make things right. The story's pretty basic, but where the game actually shines is its gameplay. Playing Elsie feels like stepping back in time, only the past has been upgraded with new technology and awesome neon colors. The pixel graphics tickle the nostalgia bone, while the fast and modern gameplay keeps you hooked. The controls are tight. Playing as Elsie feels like second nature. You get your jump button, of course, but you also get a dash button to help you reach some tough spots, and also help you get away from enemies and their annoying projectiles. Quick tip, your dash button also works as an attack. Wall jumping is another skill that Elsie has, and man do I love the way it works here. You're even given the option of having her stick to the walls automatically, or toggle it yourself by holding the directional button towards the wall. The devs also added these weird energy ball thingies that you can use to bounce off of to help you reach new heights. Combat also feels familiar. For those who have played Mega Man or Metroid games back in the day, this is where those skills will come in handy. Elsie has her own energy blaster to help her mow down enemies. It's even easier to do so with Elsie because simply holding down the attack button allows you to keep shooting, so no button mashing is required. Poor thumbs can rest easy now. The downside is that her shots don't go that far initially, and they don't go through walls. Also, there are no charge shots, so more careful planning and gameplay is required. These enemies can be a pain, and it looks like the devs took inspiration from bullet hell shoot-em-ups, because these enemies can flood the screen with energy blasts. I found myself dying a lot to them. Luckily, Elsie is also equipped with the parry button to help you combat these pesky enemies. Fun fact, the parry can absorb attacks and shoot them back out to destroy enemy shields. It's a double whammy of a move, and one that I find quite rewarding when used correctly. And finally, Elsie is also equipped with the super powerful laser move, similar to the Kamehameha of Dragon Ball fame. This thing can pierce walls and enemies and clears almost anything in its wake. Don't try to abuse it though, because you're only allowed to use it a handful of times. It's almost as if the devs wanted to equip the player with everything they'll need, so that when they do eventually die on a mission run, they have no one to blame but themselves. And I respect it. Talking about these mission runs, I love the way they handled them, because as you play, you are offered so many new upgrades and abilities, it can make your head spin. There are many ways to upgrade. First one is simply leveling up. You gain experience after every kill, and once you're ready for an upgrade, Elsie will let you know with a nice voice line. Another way to upgrade is by finding a treasure chest. Yellow ones can be opened no problem, but the purple ones require a key, so look out for those. These power-ups can include shooting energy boomerangs while dashing, having your energy shots ricochet, shooting faster, shooting through walls or enemies, more health units, armor for these health units, etc. These upgrades can come in handy quite quickly because the difficulty can ramp up at a moment's notice and between runs, so take them while the taking's good. Blueprints are another way to upgrade Elsie and her hub world. During your runs, you'll run into colorful characters that will offer you their services simply for finding them. Wait a minute, is that a reference to Gordon Ramsay? By picking up blueprints during your run, you can take them to these characters and use your bolts, scrap metal, or other types of currency to build new sections of the hub world, new weapons, and new abilities. Let's talk more about these characters because it also seems that the devs took inspiration from Hispanic or Spanish culture, because the character that runs the cafe, Tara, speaks with a bit of an accent, uses some Spanish phrases, and offers you coffee quite often.
For a little cafecito.
Why yes, I would love some cafecito. Then you have Heavy. Heavy is the big old lug that helps rebuild the hub world. I can't help but think that Heavy is a reference to the slang term used in some Hispanic countries. Heavy, which comes from the English word heavy, usually used to refer to something that's cool or awesome. Either way, it's a perfect name for this guy, and it's one of the highlights of the hub world. Night Shift Games really put their all into this game to make sure that it felt familiar, but with its own identity. And I think the devs hit the nail right on the head. All in all, if you're a retro gamer, a fan of Mega Man or Metroid, or old school platformers, you cannot go wrong with Elsie. It's gonna feel similar, but new at the same time, and I definitely recommend getting this game if you're up for the challenge. Alrighty, that's going to do it for today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed our very first look video, please make sure to slap the like button, mash the subscribe button, and let us know down in the comments below. What did you think of Elsie? Does this game interest you? Does it remind you of another game? Also, be sure to stay tuned for more awesome content. We'll see you next time.
Yeah.